Yeah, mate, that's 8 wins in a row. You basically can't lose at top 3 spot. How do you plan from now? Does it change? Sorry, does it change your plans?
No, it doesn't, because what we've become pretty consistent at is just staying in the moment and dealing with what's just happened and working out what's real with our group from a soreness, injury, health perspective. We had a couple of guys just under a bit of duress tonight. Also looking at our game about where it's at, and obviously when we rocked up tonight it was pretty clear what type of game it was going to be, and with what was on the line for both clubs, the game was played to a level you'd expect, which was high level SANFL intense footy, and yeah, it took us a while to get that little break. We felt like we always just almost had that arm's length, but they found a way to keep scoring at times, which was quite annoying for us. But I got a lot of respect for Glenelg. They've been a very good team in this comp for the last 2 years in my time in South Australia, and we haven't been able to beat them since I've been over here, so that was a really big deal for a variety of reasons.
I've done Norwood a few times this year, as you know, and we speak about different wins you've had, and that one again was a different sort of win, but it's a real good win, I reckon. Real hard slog.
Yeah.
Character sort of testing.
Yeah, it was. It was one of the toughest games you'll come across with. They're a mature team. They do crack in. They've trained well in the contest, and they defend with good intensity. And we'd like to think we're not bad at that as well. So it was always going to lend itself once we saw the conditions to that type of game. But yeah, you've got to take your moments, and we didn't. The third quarter, we had Lowe and Jarvis have set shots at key moments and weren't able to take them. But then Jarvis takes his moment at the start of the last quarter, and I think it made it 7 points, and it just felt like for the night it was an important margin. And then for Kennelly to make that play late and have the composure to drive his legs and kick the goal was a big play when he stood up seriously well since the loss of Nunn as captain. He's been someone the players look to, and right from the first quarter he was a really influential player for us and leader.
You actually answered the question before I've asked it, because I was going to talk about Kennelly. In a game like tonight, where it's slog and hard and got to be in tough, he really stood up, led the way right from the outset, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I thought he was the tone setter in the first quarter. He was clean, he took us forward, he was on the move, he's got a good rapport with Boyd in the ruck, so they got some nice ruck to centre type of midfielder connection and took us forward. And yeah, leaders take moments and they step up, and I think when you look at Glenelg, Partington took moments who stood up, Bailey did, McBean did, so their senior players had their moments, but I thought ours had reasonable moments as well. So yeah, we had a couple of guys that were under duress with a couple of head clashes, we had a knee, we had a dislocated thumb, there was just lots of things going on, and I'm really pleased with the group. They were able to deal with it on the run and managed to come out on the right end of the scale at the end.
So the finals are just about here. Does it help you having a ruckman like Boydie, who's in such good form, can help you plan and for the finals?
Yeah, we're very fortunate. I do recall at the end of last year, a lot of people were concerned about what ruck we were going to recruit, when we already knew we had a pretty good one who was working underneath Michael Knoll and with Michael Knoll, and to have him in the nick he's in, it's a huge advantage. I'm a big fan of ruckmen, so I like them in good form. I like them to be able to compete in the air to mark, but also follow up at ground level. That's what Boyd provides, and Sermon's a very good foil for him, so they work well together. And I like having the two guys there have really good teamwork. And yeah, Glenelg flipped it around. They gave McBean more time in the ruck, and I thought McBean was really good tonight. So just present another challenge, and yeah, that's what this competition's about. It's incredibly even, and good players having key moments leads to good footy. And to answer your question, Boyd's a critical player, had a terrific year, and he's going to thrive at this end of the year.
And what's really good for you, getting these wins without Panos, without Nunny, when are they back?
We've got a fair week this week with their conditioning, so a lot will play out over the next 3 to 4 sessions that they do. So yeah, we always knew Nunn was going to be more around this time. We didn't know with Panos, and it was always probably mapped out once we diagnosed that it was more around this time of the year and possibly first final. So we've got decisions to make there. Is it both at the one time? Do we stagger it? Who comes in? It's all circumstantial how they actually condition themselves. We've got Cotto, who's also been a pretty important player for us, coming back and available pretty soon as well. So yeah, and Stockdale hopefully will only be 2 weeks with his knee. So there's a couple of guys we're pretty keen to get back in around the team, but the guys who have come in, look, Larkins has come in and played over the last 2 games, done a good job. Jack Kelly's come in and played. Brody Carroll came in tonight after having not played since round 10 last year, and they come in and they have impact. So we've been really pleased with that part of the depth of our list.
Do you get personal satisfaction out of seeing that the team's playing so well, that they're following what you want to do and everything's falling into place?
I think any coach, when they get to see their players play tough and deal with adversity and keep standing up and deal with duress and manage it and don't complain. It's always a good position to be in. We've had a really solid 8 or 9 weeks now of not so much. I know we've had a couple of wins, but it's been the competing of against good teams away from home, at home in tough conditions. So I'm really just proud of this group with their commitment to playing a certain way and finding ways to come back if they're under the pump, or finding ways to hang on if we've just got the slight lead. So it's, what's that, 17 games, and I could argue 14 or 15 of them have been going on at 3/4 time, and it's been very pleasing to watch them go about their business.
Good job. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Brian.